All right, so this conversation that I just sat down with a seasoned entrepreneur who talks about how he immigrated from Ukraine at a young age with his family. Listen, I'm not going to give away too much, but I want to say if you get anything from this, any kind of tips, any kind of insights, make sure that you remember to like it, share it, and subscribe because there's going to be plenty of more of these conversations. And I just want to make sure that we get a chance to be able to give more and more of this away for you guys to be able to pick up to go along in your journey. All right, let's get into it. Tell me a little bit about your background, how you started. Like, I want you to go back to Ukraine.
Well, I born in Kiev, which is capital of Ukraine, and back then it was USSR.
Okay.
When we started. Now it's Ukraine, but back then it was USSR. And I lived there for 17 years. I was a teenager, and one day the government allowed Jewish people, which I'm Jewish descent, to immigrate outside of Ukraine.
Okay.
So basically, my parents were involved in this, and I was supposed to get to the point where I was facing an army and facing Afghanistan, and they really want me out of there.
Okay.
So that's basically what happened. We filed visa and immigrated, and back in 1977.
Okay.
We went to Austria, Italy, and then we came to the United States.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's
So,
what started.
So some of your early, because I hear that you said that you got here when you were 17. Are there anything that when you were young that I guess kind of inspired you to want to get into?
Well, I've always been inspired to do something with my life, and I've always been interested in mechanical, which is car business, how things work, what future holds.
Okay.
I wanted to be better than I was when I was in Ukraine.
Okay.
And I seen that picture here in the country that basically give you everything.
Wow.
As long as you work hard and you're decent, you can succeed.
So with that, with starting something, so you got here at 17. Tell me what that was like first coming to America.
It was a shock because, like I said, I'm in a different country. I wasn't able to speak the language. And in school, in high school in Russia, they learn, I speak Ukrainian, I speak Russian, and I speak most of the Slavic languages because I understand them because I speak Ukrainian.
Okay.
And English was not one of them.
Okay.
So I had to learn how to speak English, I had to learn where to work, how to make a living, and I had my parents. And my father was an inspiration because he was kind of same type as I am right now. He's an entrepreneur, he was an entrepreneur, he went through different things and did different things to better off our family,
Yeah.
to make the difference.
Yeah.
And I learned that aspect, I learned from him,
Okay.
you know. And like I said, he started, he was an artist in Ukraine.
Wow.
When he got here, it was a funny story because they told him, he says, well, you're a painter.
Yeah.
And he became a painter. That didn't last very long.
Yeah.
And my father was involved with another gentleman in shoe repair business.
Okay. Yeah.
So they start opening a shoe repair shops and put immigrants, Ukrainian immigrants and Russian immigrants, to work,
Yeah.
to better themselves.
Yeah.
And I had opportunity to have a shoe repair shop that was given to me by my father, free of charge, and I opened it, and basically that was my first entrepreneurial experience
Okay. Okay.
because I had to run my own shop and support my family,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. Now, when you first started that shop, because you was working for your dad initially, right?
Initially, I worked for my father, and then after a few years of experience, he told me that I was ready to own my own.
Okay. Yeah. That is
So,
awesome.
and he gave me a store down Merriam,
Yeah.
and that's the store I opened up. And I remember first day when we started doing business.
Yeah. Do you remember what you made the first day?
I think $60.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I asked because my dad, I sat down with him and asked. Now he had his restaurant. I think he only had it for a year. But I asked him what was his first day, and he's like, it was like $3.
Yeah, I made $60. I remember that.
Yeah. Okay. How did you feel that first day?
Well, I was a little bit scared
Yeah.
and excited, and I didn't think about money as much as I thought about making business better. That I
Yeah.
can really do good.
Yeah.
And basically that's what happened. And I ended up being in that business for 4 years. I ended up owning my own building.
Okay.
I purchased a building and moved my shoe repair shop from one building to another.
Yeah.
So it was inside of my heart. I
Yeah.
wanted to be better.
Okay.
And that pushed me towards it. And like I said, and then I sold it to, it's a funny thing is how I sold it to another Russian guy, and he was doing very well
Yeah. Okay.
after I left.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you
So-
keep the same name or?
Same name, same everything.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Then was it the same name as your dad's original?
No, the name of my business was Merriam Shoe Repair.
Okay. Yeah.
So it wasn't, we were not big on that, names.
Yeah.
We just wanted the people to come in every day and,
Yeah. Okay, so something that you said that stuck out to me in that was that you said it wasn't like your concern wasn't the money, it wasn't
the
to
money.
be better.
Yes.
To be better.
I want to grow.
And I don't want to paint all entrepreneurs
I
the
understand
same
that.
because everybody's different, but I will say that seems to be kind of one of the ongoing things that I've noticed with entrepreneurs is that there's more of an emphasis on wanting to do better.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It's
Correct.
the excitement of the project or the
Correct.
venture of it
Correct.
more than it is like the money. Do you can you talk about like why that or why you think that is that it's just
Well, I don't know. It's in myself. Basically, I try to understand the business. When you want to succeed, your mind is into business. You don't worry about the money part of it too much. You worry about succeeding. Okay?
Yeah.
If you don't succeed, the money is not going to come. If you do something honest and better, it's inevitable. It will come.
yeah.
So it's one thing after another. If you think just about money and nothing else, I don't believe that's the right way to do it. You gotta make your company to be strong.
Okay.
That's my belief.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you started with the shoe thing, and
Yes.
then from the shoe thing, where did you go from there?
I opened the shoe repair shops. I had 3 of them.
Okay. Same.
I had 3 of
name.
them. Same name. Well, different name. Oleta Shoe Repair.
Yeah.
Downtown Shoe Repair. And I sold them all to good people.
Yeah.
When I met with my business partner right now, Josh Butterin. And it's an odd thing. I had a huge parking lot in the front of my shoe repair place. And he showed up to fix his shoes, and he asked me a question. He says, "What are you doing with this huge parking lot?" I said, "Nothing, just for customers." He says, "Why don't I, if you let me, I'll put some cars on the lot and see if we can sell some cars and make some money."
Yeah.
And I agreed to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my first step towards the car business.
Wow. Okay. And so, was that your first time selling cars?
First time ever. Yeah, I got the license. I filled up the paperwork,
Okay.
and I started selling cars and fixing shoes.
Yeah. How did you learn to sell cars?
It was in me because I love. He would bring certain cars that I didn't like, and I wouldn't keep them.
Okay.
My love isn't something I sell.
Okay.
It's got to be something I'm excited about. If I'm excited about, I'm going to make somebody else excited about. And that's what it's all about.
Oh man, and so I'm laughing because
No, you're fine.
That's always been my personality. Like my personality is
that's the
always
right
been,
type of
like,
personality.
if I enjoy
Sure.
something, I want everybody to know about it. If
Yep.
I don't, it's just kind of So you did the car a lot, and did you, when you first started selling those cars, did you think of it as like, you know, this could be?
I thought of it. I thought about it, and then I basically sold more cars out of my parking lot than he sold out of his store. And he got to know that, and he's offering me to come in and basically be like a manager to manage the cars. I didn't know anything about buying cars. I knew how to sell them,
Yeah.
but I had to learn how to go to the different stores
Yeah.
and introduce myself and start purchasing cars from public.
Okay.
So that's what me and him did for a few years
Yeah.
till we grew, you know. And it was interesting. It was very interesting. I had to work from morning to dawn.
Yeah.
I mean, from 8 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
because we were small and we had to do everything.
Yeah.
Had to advertise them, had to do the paperwork, had to fix them, take them to this place where they can, you know, fix the car, make the car proper.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. And little by little, we accomplished, we hire more people, and we hire mechanics, which
Okay.
is the biggest thing. And in the future, we ended up buying our own building
Yeah.
and created a big shop out of it
Okay. Okay.
to fix cars and make people happy.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you this: Did you enjoy? Do you enjoy the car side of it more than you do the shoe side of it?
Yes,
Okay. Why?
yes. Well, I always been, since I was a little kid, I was putting mopeds together and driving motorcycles and driving cars. I didn't have a driver license in Russia, but when I was 13 or 14, I already drove the car, my dad's car.
Yeah.
So it's in my blood.
Yeah.
I just was interested in the cars.
Okay. Okay.
That's more than anything.
Yeah. So it's funny. When I first met you, I met you at the shop, and you'd come in and whatever car you just had
Oh, sure.
that day, and you'd always have your shoes matching your car.
There you go.
What is that about?
I don't know. I kind of like to match.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I always thought that was the coolest thing ever. So, all right. So you did the car thing, and then you told me you got some real estate. You're into some. Real
Well, we
estate.
grew as we grew during the years. We started investing money in real estate. We were buying buildings. We were buying condos. We were buying real estate because we believe that's the answer. And it was driven by the car business. The money we were making in the cars, we didn't put it in our pocket. We basically invested money in everything we can invest it in.
Yeah.
And that made, because we were organized enough to understand to do that,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, because Josh, my business partner, his belief is don't go and borrow money. Whatever you make, pay for it and own everything outright without paying all kinds of fees and payments and everything else.
Do you still believe that?
Still believe that, and we're still that way.
The reason it's encouraging to hear you say that is because for the longest I've had people, around or whatever, it's like, go, you should do this, go do that. So, and I'm not saying everybody should live this way. I've never had a credit card in my life. So
That's good.
everything that I get, like it's essentially, hey, if I don't have it, if I don't have the money, I don't get it. Why is that? Like, what's your main, I guess?
Well, basically, you live your life and you look towards things that's important to you in your life, which is your family, your kids, and you don't spend your money, don't waste your money on something else that you need to make payments on. That's my idea.
Yeah.
Basically, I much rather spend it inside of building your house or building your nest for myself than going and spending money if I don't have it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I never went and borrowed. Very first building in a shoe repair shop, I borrowed money and then I paid it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And after that, I didn't borrow any money from anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, we work we took a little portion of that money to live on, and the rest of it we invested
Yeah.
in the business.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I grew and opened the new stores. We had one time we had 3 or 4 stores.
What would you say to a young entrepreneur, a person that's considering starting to get in?
Watch your money wisely.
Yeah.
Be an entrepreneur. Try and risk certain things, but measure them and see what the outcome, what future holds.
Okay.
You know, be smart and not just waste money. Believe in yourself more than you believe in anybody else. That's my motto. Like I said, if you don't try, you're never going to find out.
So what's an example of testing it? Like an example of, trying out. Like, so let's just say you got this guy, he's 19 and he's wanting to, he's wanting to start a business.
Well, instead of spending money on toys and cars, fancy cars, and make payments, make insurance payments and this like this, save your money. Be an entrepreneur about it. Save your money towards something, your future goal. Think ahead.
Okay.
Think ahead. Don't think about tomorrow. Think about 10 years from now or 15 years from now. Where are you going to be in life? And that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
You want to know where you're going to be 10 years from now, when you're going to be 20 years from now.
Yeah.
That fancy car is not going to do you any good, but take money away from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's honest, true story.
Yeah. Okay. So it's depreciating.
Don't depreciate your assets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try not to depreciate your assets.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That's my main thing. I believe in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So if you had to start over again, what's a question that you feel like you would have asked, or you know what I mean, or you wish you would have known, something you would have known earlier?
Well, it's hard to explain and hard to answer that question because, like I said, the life itself shows you ways to do better.
Okay.
As you learn, as you go through it,
Yeah.
you got to recognize right mistakes from wrong mistakes.
Yeah.
And you spend some time with your family, you ask their opinion, you ask some friends and family basically what they think you should do, and deal with honest people. It's hard to say what should you do different because there's a lot of things we do different when we think about it. You got to have a business mind. That's the most important thing. You got to be organized to have a business mind to succeed. Okay. And I strong believer that I work very, very hard. I work night and day to succeed, and that gives me opportunity to be where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And don't make foolish decisions. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, always think about the future.
Yeah.
That's the best knowledge. To really pinpoint the problems, we all make mistakes. We're human beings. And during our life, we'll learn from our bad mistakes for them to become good deed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Okay. So I hear you saying it's almost just like as you go.
As you go. I didn't have a college experience.
Yeah.
I hardly finished high school in Russia. So I had to learn everything myself, from the book that was never completed, so to speak.
Yeah.
I was smart enough to do it, and to thank for my family and my wife and everybody else that guide me towards that and give me opportunity to do that.
Okay. Is that possible? Let's just say that you were a kid, 17 years old, 18 years old now. Do you think that it's the same, you know what I mean? Do you think it's the same dream, American dream, same opportunity?
I believe so. Yes, I believe that. I believe that, when I was shocked how much better you can do here than anywhere else in the world. I was shocked because you can do this. Opportunity is here, just take it.
Yeah. Now, when y'all first came here, you moved here, was your dad aware of that? Like, did he know?
Well, he was Not, he was aware of that. His main thing was to get me out of Russia so I don't have to go and fight Afghanistan.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? And it was his main, my mom and my dad basically believe in that, and I had a little brother that was growing up. And so they want to take us outside of this country that was falling apart and come to the country that persuades
Yeah.
and shows us what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, that's the main thing. That's the goal that we took. And when I got here and I realized all this, you know, it was a shocker at first.
Yeah.
Because you come from different world.
Yeah.
But when you realize what I'm capable of doing, it came as a dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Okay. All right. So, what's something that you would say to that person that, and I don't even want to say immigrant, and the reason I say that is because it seemed like to me, being from here, it seemed like there's almost like people that are from here, we don't realize how good we have. Like,
Basically, we're all immigrants.
no.
You know,
Yeah.
we all are immigrants. Sooner or later, we ended up here. And have a dream. Have a dream in your mind that you're going to succeed. Don't steal, don't kill, don't do anything weird. Just take opportunity that's given to you by this country to succeed. That's it. It's that simple.
Yeah. That
It's
is a
basically
quote.
that simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when you're cheating something, you're not going to gain anyway. You're just buying time.
Yeah.
When you work hard, you're going to gain something.
Yeah.
You're going to go further.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So as far as the car industry go, is there any similarity to the real estate? Like,
Every business got similarities, and you know, the real estate business is different because you basically, it's a time and a place. Take
Okay.
your time and take your place where you want to invest, and you got to be resourceful. Number one, you got to be honest about it. You got to see the future, so to speak. Where is it I'm going to end up? Again, I'm repeating myself. 10 years from now with this piece of property.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I always believe the land is a name, it's opportunity. And that's the reason I own acreage at the farm. I think we own like 600 acres. And we've been very successful at it because it's gained its value every year. And it's a stable ground for success.
yeah. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
stable ground.
Yeah, because earlier you was mentioning how you feel like the real estate, where that is, essentially it's almost fail-proof in a sense.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Is that because of the property of what it sits on?
Well, the
or-
property, because it sits on where demographics are, what's going to be around you. You know, either you buy a house or you buy a piece of property to rent it, or a piece of property for a real estate gain. You need to get deeper inside to figure out exactly where is it going to be a few years from now. What's going to be around you? Is it going to be a big box stores, a small business,
Yeah.
things of that nature. So you got to do your mind. Your mind has to be set up to see what's around you. How do you think you're going to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish?
Yeah.
What's around you? What's happening?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that will tell you what your future holds.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so let me ask you this, just to kind of throw this in there. Why did you agree to this interview?
You're a nice guy, and I don't mind, like I said, helping younger entrepreneurs. I'm 64 years old, and it drives me, it makes me happy to see people succeeding, decent, honest people that got a will to do it. Either you're a physician or you're a car mechanic or whoever. I take everybody for what they are.
Wow.
And, you know, it excites me for somebody to succeed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It gives me a thrill because I started, like I said, I started with nothing.
Yeah.
My dad gave me my first dollar,
Yeah.
and that excites me to see people succeed in this life.
Yeah. As far as the entrepreneur stuff go, what's been your favorite part of just your journey as a whole? Like, what's been like the
My family.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, the good family is the number one priority.
yeah, yeah,
Everything else, if you don't have a good family, nothing will come.
mm,
Okay? There's not going to be the happy end because you cannot do it by yourself. You have to have people around you that love you and respect you to take you to another place and take you to another level. Okay?
yeah,
And that's my goal. That's actually what I believe in.
yeah. How do you make sure that you're keeping, you know what I mean, not necessarily balance, but how do you make sure that you're keeping that ahead?
Well, you know, you love your family, you spend enough time with your family, and they're just the biggest, basically, biggest piece of metal that holds you together.
Yeah,
Okay, and you respect their wishes, you respect them, and they're going to be there for you. They're going to be there for you. You don't have to worry about this or that or the other, because you come home and you relax, and you love your wife, you love your kids, you love everybody. Now I got 2 grandkids, which is biggest.
yeah,
My daughter just got married, which is another big surprise, which is great.
yeah,
And that's what drives me. That's what keeps me going, because I don't have to worry about that stuff. My personal life is there.
yeah, yeah,
You know, it gives me opportunity to go on
yeah,
and do better things,
Yeah.
because my personal, in the back of my head, I don't have to worry about anything,
yeah, yeah.
because I got good people behind me.
What keeps you going on the days that you don't feel like it? So like, you know,
Sometimes you got to step back. If you don't feel like it, step back, give opportunity for relaxation, give yourself, I always believe tomorrow is a better day. Okay, don't get excited. I mean, I had a stroke about 7 years ago because I was overwhelmed with business and everything else, and I learned from that day not to do that. Step back, reorganize, and do it right,
yeah,
because every day is a better day.
Wow.
So it's that simple.
yeah,
Don't stress out about something that happened today. Look for a future. Make your examination, look for a future, and see what can you do better next day.
goodness. Okay, all right. So, what's a common trait that you see in entrepreneurs that you've met?
Well, I meet a lot of people. It's not a common trait. It's basically what you want to do in your life. You know, somebody will be excited to sell cars. Somebody will be excited fixing shoes. Somebody will be excited to sell groceries. It's do what you like.
Okay.
The most important thing is don't do because it pays you money. Do what you like because you're going to put your whole heart to it.
Yeah.
If you just do something you hate and you're making a lot of money on it, that's not going to persuade you go on live and succeed.
Wow. How do you foster a culture of, so because you have the lot and things like that, how do you foster a culture of creativity? So for the next salesman that just comes in for the first time, you know, you're like, hey, I want to sell cars. How do you help like create an environment for
It's
that?
very, very important answer and question, because like I said, I'm not a corporate structure guy.
Okay.
I take people and they become my family. They have to belong in a group of people that I belong in.
Okay.
Okay? I take care of them. They become a number one priority. I look at their status. I look at their wishes. I look at their charisma. I look at a lot of different things. Then I make a decision. How can I help this person to proceed?
Yeah.
And I'm always open for somebody to come to me and say, hey, John, I think we should do this differently. And I will always listen. I was always listen. And most of the people that work for me, I got guys that detail cars that have been with me for 17, 18 years. which is unheard of. My service manager, been with me for 26 years. He came in as a little toddler, basically, you know, and he's been with me for 26 years. Most of my salespeople been with me between 18 and 20 years. And there's a reason behind it, not because I'm such a nice guy, because we commute as a family. We basically, I don't bark orders. I just don't do that.
Yeah.
I want to listen to them. I want to give them opportunity to succeed. I want to give them opportunity to make something out of their life.
Wow.
I got a wonderful lady that works for me. She's a #1 salesman. Her name is Deborah. And she's been with me for a very long time. And she's a #1 in our store because she's doing so well and people love her.
Yeah.
The most important thing is you want to create an atmosphere where somebody respects you and love you. And that's the most important.
Wow. Goodness. All right. Well, so just to end out on here, because I absolutely appreciate you giving me this opportunity. And I'll end off kind of how I started off. So I met you at one of your favorite places, I would think.
Sure.
One of your favorite places, which is a pawn shop. And this is just kind of off the cuff.
That's fine.
What's some advice that you can give somebody in negotiating? Like just
well, basically, if you go blind to purchase something, I always negotiated because I know what it's worth, what it'll bring. In my mind, I always want to know the value when one day I'm going to resell it. I want to understand that value, and that's what I live by. In the pawn shop business is an interesting thing because I'm drawn to it because you're never going to see things in a regular store that you find in a pawn shop. You just never know what's next, what's coming in. You know, and that excites me sometimes. So that's what it is.
Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that conversation, but more importantly, hopefully there was something that you were able to pick up that is going to help you in your journey of entrepreneurship or even just like life, you know, as a whole. And so if that is the case, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all have a good night.